Have you ever wondered how societies organized themselves, produced goods, and distributed resources before the widespread influence of markets and money as we know them today? It is fascinating to think about how different daily life and economic structures must have been. Pre-capitalist economies were fundamentally characterized by production primarily for direct use or subsistence, rather than for generalized exchange or profit. In these systems, social and political relationships, rather than market forces, largely dictated how labor was organized, resources were allocated, and goods were distributed. The primary reason for these distinct characteristics lies in the absence of several key elements that define capitalism. There was no generalized commodity production where nearly everything is made to be sold on a market. Instead, production was often centered around the household or local community to meet immediate needs. Crucially, wage labor as a dominant form of organizing work was largely absent, with labor typically tied to social status, obligation, or direct coercion, as seen in systems like serfdom or slavery. Accumulation of capital for its own sake was not the driving force of the economy. Understanding these characteristics helps us trace the historical trajectory of economic development and appreciate the unique foundations upon which capitalism emerged. It prompts us to consider that economic systems are not static but evolve through specific historical conditions. By examining these past systems, we gain insight into the foundational shifts that ultimately led to our current global economy. A crucial concept here is the distinction between use value and exchange value. In many pre-capitalist societies, goods were primarily valued for their use value, meaning their ability to satisfy a direct human need or desire, like food for eating or tools for farming. The concept of their exchange value, or their worth when traded in a market, was secondary and often limited to specialized goods or rituals. This contrasts sharply with capitalism, where exchange value tends to dominate and dictate production. Ultimately, recognizing these pre-capitalist structures provides a clearer lens through which to analyze the specific features and historical contingencies of capitalism itself. It helps us understand that private property, wage labor, and profit-seeking are not universal or eternal aspects of human society, but rather distinct characteristics that developed over time, shaping the world we inhabit today.